Hello.
Hello everybody.
Hi, Dr. Syed. We already have a hi from Dr. Syed. Good morning, guys. Good evening. Good afternoon from whichever part of the world you are in.
Yeah, today we're having this review session,
Yep.
photo review by, we
There are
have three
three
photographers,
people.
but yeah,
Yeah. Melvin Sunny, then Anurag and Arun.
yes.
Yes. Otherwise, I hope you all are safe, at least trying to be safe and keeping all the proper precautions and social distancing, at the same time connected to nature with all the precautions.
I'm just sharing.
Okay. And this is our, I think, in this particular section, that's review. This is our third review, right, Hermi?
Yes, third session.
Third session. And once again, Hermi, I keep forgetting about the email ID which we need to.
Paws.review@gmail.com.
People keep asking me, and I keep forgetting. My memory when it comes to email IDs, it's pretty bad. Sorry for that. So, in case if you would like to be a part of our reviews, please send us an email with to posttrails.review@gmail.com along with 10 of your great images from your nature collection. One of us will get in touch with you, and you can come online with us and share your views. We can share our feedback, and let's see how we can learn together. So that's the whole idea about keeping this review session.
Dr. Said has a question.
Okay.
I wanted to upload some images, it didn't work.
Is it for review, doctor? I'm not sure you're talking about the magazine part or the website part, or is it for the review?
If it's magazine, it's paws.trails.com and you can register and then upload.
Yes. If it is for the review, then please email us to
Paws.trails.review.
posttrails.review. I need to buy hard this. posttrails.review@gmail.com. We have a couple of email IDs for a couple of different purposes, and I keep missing up with or mixing up with each other.
So yeah,
Yeah. So we are
so yeah, Dr. Said you can send it to. I'll post the email ID here.
on that time, let me just give a small introduction about Paws Trails. It's it started between me and Hermi, but right now we have worked with more than 200 plus photographers from across the world. We started two magazines and already published 34 editions. Did two coffee table books, and how many exhibitions so far, Hermi? 20?
24.
24 exhibitions so far, and two coffee table books, and almost 60 plus international workshops. See, everything for one mission to get more closer to nature and use images to connect with people. So that's the whole intention. If you think you can be a part of this, or if you think you want to be a part of this, please get in touch. This is a collective mission. This is not going to be a just between two people. The more hands we have in this mission, the maximum hearts we can touch, and the maximum input we can create. So we appreciate your support, and we are looking forward to see more and more hands getting involved in this project.
Yeah, we have a comment from Swadapriya Sharma. She's saying, "I follow you guys. No introduction required."
Thank you.
For the people who like the newcomers who watch this for the first time or who doesn't know about us.
Oh, yep. See, in fact, on that note, we have a trip planned for November this year to Masai Mara. Hermes is going to lead that, and in case if any of you are interested, please get in touch with us. We shall give you the rest of the details. And the trips, though we announced, we have no idea how it is going to be. Things are okay as of now when it comes to international travels to Africa. On that note, let's hope it is going to happen. And Hermi, how about we inviting our guests one by one?
Yeah, we have three photographers today with us. Let me add our first photographer, who is Melvin Sunny.
Hi, Melvin.
Hi,
Hi.
hi. Hi, everyone.
So Melvin is a fabulous photographer. We are going to review a bunch of his photos, and then he will give a bit of his introduction, and then let's see what we have to say, what he need to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. As they mentioned, my name is Melvin. Actually, I'm from India, and for the last 8 years, I'm settled in UAE. And my main interest is in macro photography, photographing insects and small lizards and all those things. So it's very hard. It's a very hard thing, and it is something which I've practiced for last around 6 years.
That's great.
And um, I hope you all like my images.
Let's see. I'm sure we will love it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is a during this COVID pandemic. I got an opportunity to go to my homeland during just before the lockdown situation, and I was there in India for around 4 months, 5 months, especially during this monsoon season. So it was a great opportunity for me to capture a lot of insects because if I go to my backyard, minimum I can get a new insect. I can find out a new species of any insect. It's very common. So this is one of the image which I took in the morning time. You can see a slight the sunlight rays coming in. So it was. I think it's the frame. With the main thing which I like is the frame. Uh, the green background and this red color of this beetle. I don't actually. I searched a lot, but I was not able to find out what is the exact species name of that beetle. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm using a Nikon D. I was using a Nikon D5200, and the lens which I use is Sigma 105 mm, and I use an external flash also. Okay, and these are the specs: 1 by 20, 125 seconds, and f18.
F18. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, because the depth of field is very less. So
Okay.
most of the times I need to increase the depth of field to get a better image.
How did you get that background then? So
With F18, yeah.
F8, yeah, because this is for macro. It is F18 is very not that much sharp thing, right?
Okay. I
Yeah.
haven't used a macro lens as a
Yeah.
macro lens, so I still have no clue about it. What I love over here is the water drop. Definitely, this insect is beautiful. The color combination is great, but that one water drop right in the right hand side bottom corner of
Yeah,
the
bottom.
leaf.
Yep.
Yes, that definitely add a bit more beauty to that
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
frame.
But if it has taken handheld, but if I had taken it with a tripod, I would have taken one more image with that water droplet in focus, and I could have merged both image stacking. If I stack that image, it would be much better, I think.
I mean, I still feel that you keeping it in the natural way without.
Yeah.
I mean, stacking is definitely good. It's another
Yeah.
approach, but
Yeah,
as
I don't do that much. I tried it very few times, but usually I do always handheld.
okay. That's great. So definitely a beautiful image, and I love the colors.
and the red,
The
green,
red,
always
green, and black combination always works.
we have
Always
the
works.
second
Okay.
picture, jumping spider.
Yeah. So Melvin, your story.
I think it's stuck.
Hello.
No, his video is stuck.
Okay. So that was Melvin. I'm not sure whether he was connecting from his phone. It looks like it's
Connection issue.
yeah. Yeah, this is a problem when you're connecting from a phone. If it is, if you get a call, then things get disconnected.
We don't know if this.
What do you think we can? Can we just go through the rest of the images so we have an idea?
Yeah, I can
Till
do
here.
that.
So this is a jumping spider, and yeah,
Yep.
Melvin is back. Yes.
Yeah, because actually I was not in phone. Actually, I'm from using my laptop only. I don't know
Okay.
what happened in between. Yeah. Okay. This if I'm not wrong, this image I take this spider was in a mango tree,
Okay.
and I just kept the lens on the tree, so
Okay.
I just got the right eye, the eye level.
That's
what
great.
that's the main thing which I like actually. The everything else is in out of because since it's a macro which is having a very thin focus line for the yeah. So everything else is in out of focus, and that's particularly that eye is in focus. That's the main attraction of this image.
Thank you. As you mentioned, definitely that foreground blur and background blur is, and the image is definitely standing out. What do you think, Hermi?
Yeah, it's a very beautiful image, and yeah, as he mentioned, if you position yourself in a level, you will be able to get this kind of images. It's all about how you position yourself with the subject. Let's go to the next picture.
Okay, it's a robber fly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, and yeah, robber flies are the main advantage for taking a robber picture is that they will be standing there for a few seconds or few minutes, so we can take as much as picture as possible. And because since getting a sharp image, especially a sharp focus on the eye, that's the main the hard part in taking macro photos.
Yeah.
So I think I took around 20-25 pictures to get a perfect one image in which the eye is in focus, and that green background and that leaf, that's the one which makes it a little different. That's what I love that image. So
yeah, I think is it on that leaf again? If you see on the right side, what you're seeing, is it the shadow of its legs? This tiny marks on the right side of the lighter side of the leaf.
yeah, okay, yeah, I think so. I am not sure about that.
3 marks.
3 marks. It looks like the shadow of the
Shadow. Yeah, the legs. Yeah,
legs. Beautiful. I like your. The whole composition is beautiful, and the approach is definitely great.
Thank you. Okay, this image, there is nothing in composition actually. This is all about the detail. Actually, it's one of the most sharpest image which I have taken.
Okay.
Yeah, because even this, even the patterns on the body of that hand is clearly visible.
Yeah.
Of course, that rear end of that hand is not in focus, but still in the eye and that portion. If you zoom out, if you go into in depth, then you can see the patterns. There is a clear line pattern in the body of that hand, and even that eye is also in focus. That's what makes it different.
Yeah.
And lighting, it was little less lighting with the flash which I use. It's a manual flash, so you need to adjust each and every time with the flash. Trial and error method is the only possible way. So I think lighting is little less. That's one of the drawback which I see in this image.
I don't see, lighting is less over here. I don't know. I mean,
Was this
yeah.
a full frame shot?
And get you?
Was this a full frame shot? Or
I think so, because not cropped, I think, and a little bit cropped. I'm not sure about that. I
no,
don't
just
remember.
the composition part.
Yeah, I think that's one thing which I feel. I mean, it looks slightly suffocating for me. I mean, it looked too close for me.
Yeah. It's a bit detailed.
Yeah, it ended up.
Detailed.
Yeah, I got your approach, but
Yeah.
yeah, if there was a slightly more breathing space in the frame,
Yeah, frame. Yeah.
yeah.
Usually, macro photography people used to show just the subject like this only. Like,
Yeah.
there is
There are two approaches, in macro. Some of the photographers are just detail. That is their main priority.
Yeah. And I
Uh,
saw, I mean, I remember seeing some photos with hundreds of layers, which looks extremely different. You know, you
Yeah.
see robber fly's eyes only, but it
Yeah.
looks like something different, something
Yeah.
like a mechanical stuff or
Stuff and all. And that needs stacking. Most of the images with
I'm
that much
100%
detail,
sure.
100% it is stacking.
100% it is stacking.
Yeah.
And I think it's the approach itself is a different thing. People kill the flies
Kill
and
the flies. Yeah, I'm not good. I don't like that.
yeah.
That kind of things.
Yeah, totally. For
Yeah.
any kind of
Being
cruelty is not
It's
something.
not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is an image which I took from Dubai, from
Okay.
Creek Park, and that hand is standing in his front four legs, and this is one of my favorite images. I framed it in my house, and that background and all those things. That's what makes it totally different. That wooden background and a greenish layers.
the light from the
Back or side or
Yeah.
what is it?
Yeah, and in the front side you can see it is there is some obstruction was there, but it also made it look better.
Okay. I mean, for me, the footer or the background, not the green part, and the bottom part is definitely looking like some fog or mist, or it's like
right
Actually,
bottom.
some
Yeah.
leaf or something in between came in the foreground,
Yeah.
and it became out of focus. Yeah.
That's definitely give a more drama to the
Dramatic, yeah.
picture.
Beautiful.
And at
can
the
see-
rear end of the and
The light is
that
light is
really good.
reflecting. Yeah.
Cool. Wow, this is fabulous.
This is a great work of Weaver ants, and I was astonished by the work which they are doing in the tree. It's marvelous work they are doing. So more than my image, the work which the ants do, that's what I like most, because with a teamwork, you can see that's a big teamwork. A lot of ants.
It is.
And it's a big teamwork, and I just love this image.
I mean, so far, whatever you have shown, this is the awesome image. It really shows a different world, different perspective, different the behavior, everything together.
Yeah.
It's
In order to make it more the focused, so I use f22. It is almost okay. So most of the images, most of the eyes, you can see almost all lines are in focus because of that.
Yes.
But I think the beauty about the beauty of this image, I don't like the beauty of this image, because it's detailed and it shows a different perspective of a macro photo, but still I feel something is missing.
I don't feel anything is missing. I think there is a whole story over here. Rest of the images are images. It's just
those two leaves going towards two sides. It's literally creating something, some story it is.
In all these images so far which you have shown, if I feel there is a story in an image, this is definitely that image.
Okay.
Yeah. And definitely, technically it's awesome, and you're not just showing a beautiful image, you are actually speaking beyond your frame. That's definitely great. Wonderful. Action.
Action. And this is one of my dream shot. even for I think almost all macro photographers, dream shot will be the insects in flight pictures.
Yeah.
Because with that limited gear, it's very hard to get up because the autofocus, it won't work that much with a normal camera like D5200. Then manually I have to focus it, because in tropical region, if people from Kerala and some tropical region, they know how much mosquitoes will be around you when if you go outside. So I can literally see from my eyes that they are running around my body. I was just using a mosquito repellent, so I was a little bit safe. But somehow I've got an image of this. This is a Aedes mosquito, one of the most fearsome insect in the world, and there's a mating of the mosquitoes in midair.
Oh my God. How did you manage to get it? First of all, how did you manage to get the focus of a mosquito in flight while mating?
That's 1 by 125 second.
Yeah. How on earth is it possible?
Initially, I thought
I got 2 images in focus. Remaining, I think around 50 images out of focus, and I got 2 images in focus.
Forget about 50. I think even if it is 1,000 or 2,000, this is a task.
Yeah, definitely. But after coming UAE, because now I am a little more practiced in flight photos, I just got a few more pictures of insect in flight, more focused in from UAE also.
Oh, that's great. I mean, fabulous collection. The last two were definitely awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the last one really seems to be, for me, it looks like an impossible task. First of all, the mosquitoes are this tiny. They are
Yeah.
flying. And on top of that, flying and mating. And oh my God, that's awesome. A fabulous collection, you know.
Thank you.
Great work. Great work. And I love the ants. I mean, I really, really love the ants. It's really great.
Thank you.
A lot of appreciation for your work in our comment section.
Yeah,
that's great.
From Dr. Syed, Goldie Matthew, Ivana Jacob. A bunch of people, definitely. That's great.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for coming, Melvin. Your photos
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. It was a great exposure for me. Thank you very much, both of you.
I think we can share Melvin's social media account so that people can reach him.
Yeah,
it's easy. This is Melvin's Instagram account. Do follow him, support his work. He got a great collection.
Melvin.sunny.i.
Cool. All right, let's go. Thank you, Melvin, once again.
Thank you once again. Yeah.
Thank you.
So the next one is Arun.
Yeah, the next one is Arun. Let me add Arun to the stage.
Hi, Arun. How are you?
Sir? I'm fine. I'm really excited.
Great. Welcome. We all are excited.
Yeah,
so, how about you giving a small introduction?
Okay. Hi everyone. I am Arun. I am from Kerala. And I am working in Dubai. Photography is my passion. Professionally, I am a chef.
Wonderful.
I started taking photos since 2016.
Okay.
Use my mobile.
Okay.
It was only in 2018 I buy a camera, D3400.
Okay.
Let's see. I enjoy taking photos, all related, nature-related subjects.
Great. So.
Okay, let's go through your images first.
Okay. Silver bill.
Silver bill.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bird. So what was your approach, Arun, over here? I love the foreground and I love the way you Hermi, is there a echo?
Yeah, I think I don't. Are you connected to
Yeah,
headset?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
I explain. This photo I take in my backyard.
Okay.
This using lens 7300, 7300 exposure time 800.
Okay,
ISO is 200. Aperture is 5.6 something.
okay.
Okay.
So this is taken in Dubai or Kerala?
Dubai,
Okay.
Dubai and backyard.
Okay.
Exposure
Yeah.
time.
When like I love that uh, the
The
bokeh effect.
fo- yeah, the bokeh effect and the foreground is amazing.
Yeah. You have something to talk about this, Nisha?
I mean, one second. I mean, that's my whole. I mean, even what I like is the shades of colors, whether it is blue in the background or a patch of white, and then the greens and the whole thing is giving the actual feel rather than putting the bird in focus on a plain branch and a creamy green background foreground. Instead of that, the whole approach is different and it's giving the actual feel of the place.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's a dramatic frame.
Yes.
Those folios in the foreground creates a little
Sure.
bit of drama in the frame.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next picture.
What
Arun?
was your approach, Arun?
It's only same tree.
Okay.
Take this photo, same tree, backyard, white chicken bulbul. Same camera, T400 and 70 300 lens.
Mm-hmm.
This photo taken this month.
Okay.
This bird is very friendly. Yeah,
Yeah, Bulbul are
so
very friendly.
I
Last time
very friendly.
our shoulder also.
ISO is just 200. Shutter speed 1600. Aperture is 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the same location.
okay.
Dubai. Okay. Flamingos.
That's a very interesting image.
This image Russell Code,
Rasukor. Okay.
January 2020.
Okay.
I only this one of the one this place only in outside for shooting.
Mm-hmm. You don't go to Alcudra?
No, I profession is very busy.
Okay.
Chef is not time. The ISO is 200. Shutter speed is 800. Aperture is 7.
I mean, other than the technical side, is there a reason you? I mean, again, what is that, Hermi? The sound?
Okay, you can talk.
Okay. The what do you call? The is there any reason, Melvin, you capture it like this when the bird was resting? You find it interesting, or
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why you opt when when it was lifting its one leg and trying to sleep? Is there a reason for that, or it was a sudden decision?
I don't know. Is more many time in the standing is same position.
Okay.
I don't know what.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
just 2 hours in this location.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's cool.
Same location,
Okay.
same settings.
Love. I mean, the composition over here is definitely beautiful, and the crossing of neck and the birds and the symmetry in the legs and the triangle in the background, everything together, it's giving a lot more beauty to the picture.
A
Cool.
lot of symmetry in the picture.
Yeah.
I'm also taking this also a video.
Okay.
It's just like dancing like this legs.
Only thing is the
I think it's searching his food.
Food. Yes. Tapping and searching the food.
Same time towards dancing like it's beautiful.
only thing I found is the neck is little bit of uh, highlight is a bit high on the
Foreground.
neck of the flamingo. So you could have tried the exposure settings to a lower.
Either lower exposure or aperture or something. Yeah.
Okay, that's all from Arun.
Thank you.
Nice images, Arun. And
Thank you, madam. Thank you for the
it's okay.
No problem. You try to go out and keep more open
Yes.
so that you will improve your pictures, the quality of the
Thank you.
picture. Try
Okay,
to
thank
be
you, sir.
It's all about spending more time, Arun. So
Okay.
the more time you spend in the field, you become better. I totally understand your field is quite a tough one.
Yeah.
So all the best.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, sir.
Thank you for coming.
Thank
That was Arun. Some beautiful images again from Arun.
No.
Now we have the last photographer, Anurag.
Hi, Anurag.
Your
Welcome
mic.
back.
Hello.
Mike.
Hi, Mr. Nisha. How are you doing?
Good. Yeah. Good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Doing great. Thank you.
That's great.
Anurag, you can give a brief description about yourself.
Sure. So to tell you a little bit about myself, my name is Anurag, and I work as the education coordinator at the Maliha Archaeological Center. So most of my day is spent as an educator talking about paleontology, geology, and astronomy. And wildlife photography and birding started something as a hobby and now has become my passion, you could say. It takes up most of my time. So yeah, that's a brief intro about myself.
So there is a lot we can learn from you.
Yes, of course.
Yes, that's great.
This is Anurag's first picture.
Beautiful.
Thank you. So this is a white-throated kingfisher that I captured, I think, in April of 2019. And this was captured in Mangalore, my native town. And the settings, I have it here. Yeah. So this was captured. All of these images that I've submitted are captured through a 200, 500, 5.6 lens and a D750 camera. So
Wonderful.
this one was captured, I think, roughly around April, and it was captured at 500 mm of focal length at 5.6 aperture and 1/500th of a second, and the ISO is around 1000. So when I captured this image, it was quite a unique situation. There were about 4 white-throated flamingos in a flock, and they were actually targeting a pair of mating snakes.
What?
So yeah, there was a pair of bronze tree snakes that was mating on the ground, and we saw a flock of kingfishers waiting in the trees. So usually they don't let you come very close, but these, because they were concentrating on the hunt, they let me get around, say, 15 feet away from them.
Oh, that's great. These guys are extremely shy.
They're
Yeah.
very elusive. They won't let you that close. Even though they're very common, you get to see a lot
Yeah.
of these around, but you can't get very close to them unless you're hiding or something like that.
Yeah,
So
they're just called common.
yeah, this is called common.
Where did
So
you capture this?
this is in Mangalore,
Mangalore. Okay.
quite close to my home.
Okay.
So they were actually concentrating on catching the snakes. However, the snakes, they were busy by themselves in the mating ritual, and this lasted about 10 minutes, and they took a few dives at the snakes, and eventually the snakes dispersed, and
Okay.
the kingfishers dispersed as well. I got a few other pictures of them eating cicadas on a nearby tree as well. But
Okay.
this particular pose, I can say we got this after, I think, at least 100 shots, because the lighting was very challenging. This was between a few trees, and even in this one you can see his bill is a bit overexposed compared to the rest of the body. That's
Yeah.
because there's beams of light coming in, and it's very erratic, very irregular. And out of all the shots that I got, I think this was kind of acceptable compared to the others.
Okay.
And thanks to the snakes, I got very concentrated, very patiently posing kingfisher to shoot.
I hope you managed to get a couple of snake pictures too.
Uh, Snakes were actually on the ground,
Okay.
close to my legs, so I
Oh,
couldn't shoot down with a 500 mm. So they are non-venomous snakes.
but still, the moment you say snakes, I will keep myself 2 feet away at least.
I got a video of them. They do a
Okay.
particular move when they're mating. They keep
Okay.
their head still, and their neck
Mhm.
moves in a S position. So got a few videos of that, but
I
couldn't
would
take
love to
pictures.
see it. Love to see
I will
it.
share them. I'll
Thank
definitely
you.
share them.
Thank you.
So let's go to the next.
Yes. That's a beauty.
Thank you. So this is a greater flamingo. This was at Al Qudra Lakes, the spot that we usually shoot at.
Yes.
So this was, I think, somewhere around November last year.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, somewhere around February last year. And this was, I was trying for something unique because I had been in the same situation the previous week as well when I went there. So at sunrise, I noticed that a group of flamingos comes to a particular point, and at this time of the year, the sun in relation to the length of the lake rises exactly aligned to the length of the lake, and the whole lake turns golden when the sun rises. And so I was trying for a little bit of an underexposed rim light sort of an effect. So the settings on this one, yeah.
Again,
So
Nikon 750, right?
yes, the same camera and the same lens, all of the images that I've submitted. So this one, again, at 500 mm f5.6. This is shot at 1,250th of a second, and the ISO is 500.
Okay.
So around the same time, I was also capturing their actions on the water as well. So as you know, they dip their bills down to the water and splash water around. So I got a few images of that, and I was liking the underexposed effect it was giving me. So I stuck to that. I deliberately went to a faster shutter speed, and this is the effect.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And the Kelvin white balance photos,
This is around 6,400 Kelvin.
you use it manually or?
I set it manually.
Okay.
During sunrise shots and sunset shots, I go anywhere between 6,000 to 7,500 Kelvin. I
Okay.
like the warm effect it gives.
Great.
So this is a black-winged stilt. So it is from the Vader family of birds, a shorebird. It usually hunts and forages around the surface, around the border of the water and the land. And again, a very shy, very elusive bird. They don't usually come very close to you. On that particular day, I was lucky. This was in the evening around 4:30. I was shooting. As usual, I lie down on the ground and try to get as low as possible. And this is actually the same position, the same location where you saw the previous image, the flamingo where it's standing. The difference is this is during evening and that is early morning. So the flamingos tend to hang around over there. They come about, say, 12 to 15 feet close to you. And the stilt, usually they don't come very close to you. They keep their distance. But I think it was feeling comfortable because the bigger birds were there around. And it came very close. There was a particular point where it came and stood directly in the sunlight. And I got this perfectly front-lit, very well exposed image. Maybe a little bit too very exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bit.
a bit on the below the
Yeah.
neck. Yeah.
Yeah,
But you
I
can't
think,
always these kind of pictures. That's the challenge. Like
yeah.
even you're taking flamingos or black wing stilt.
Mhm.
Anything either black or white, pure
Yes.
black or white, always give you a challenge in exposure.
And I think I left it on spot metering for the metering mode for this. And
Okay.
as I was focusing on the eye, since the eye is so small, most
Yeah.
of the metering will be on the face, which is white.
Yes.
So yeah, I think it was exposing for that, and even then it overexposed slightly a little bit.
Yeah, it's very marginal. It's manageable.
Yes. So I think the settings on that were again 6,200 Kelvin because it was quite a cloudy day, and 500 mm f5.6, 1/640th of a second, and the ISO was 100.
Okay, great.
Okay, great. Beautiful. I mean, I like the what the color combination in the background from the foreground to background, the merge, the way it's kind of doing giving a gradient effect from that blue to the yellow is definitely amazing. It's beautiful. It looks, the foreground background combination looks like a painting.
Yeah, I think we have to, more than me, we have to thank the bird for this, because usually in Kundra, what happens is you get the edge of the lake on the background of your images.
Yeah.
But in this case, the bird was so close that most of the background, even with the 5.6 aperture, is diffused.
Beautiful. Yes. Cool.
Let's go to the next picture.
So again, greater flamingo. I think this image is almost 2 years old, and again shot during the evening times. This one is one of my favorite images of flamingo in flight, because flamingos are very, very difficult and very awkward birds to photograph in flight and get properly in focus, because they're so long that if they are coming at you at an angle, if their head is closer to you than their wings and their feet, something will be out of focus. They're that long. So this one, fortunately, I think this is one of the 200 to 300 shots that I took that day in Kundra. They were flying, you could say, horizontally across to my position. And this particular flamingo, I caught it at the right time where the wings and all its plumage is exposed properly towards me. And also we have rest of his companions in the background as well. Some of them you can see they're sleeping because it's afternoon and evening time during winter. So the settings on this, again, 500 mm f5.6, and this is 3200th of a second, and ISO is 400.
Great.
Okay. A little bit of overexposed on the
Again on the back of the
on the back, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, altogether it shows the habitat, it shows the behavior, it shows the pattern, and yeah, it's a great approach.
Thank you.
That's a beauty. That's
This
a
one,
beauty.
this one is one of the most, you could say, fortunate incidents to happen to me. I had visited Bangalore last year, I think somewhere around this time in September. And I had visited a particular wetland area, which is kind of a wetland area and farming area as well. I had visited the same place in April, where it was a dry farm that you could drive through, and there's a lot of peacocks there that you can photograph. So I visited the same place in September just to see what kind of birds I can find. And turns out it's so wet that you can't even barely manage to walk through there. And I was walking through the fields wherever I could manage. And this particular tricolored munia, this bird is classified in the finch family. It is somewhat related to the silver bill that we saw earlier, and this is quite common actually in Mangalore. There's a couple of different species of finches over there. This one, these are highly social. You'll find anywhere between 10 to 50 of them together, depending on where you are. And this one was a fortunate incident, like I said. What happened was, as I was walking through the field, there was you could say a few bushes in front of me. Some of them were cut down to make a path through, and some of them were still full and green. So what happened is, this one landed on the bush that was cut down. That's why you see a single vine going up that twig over there. And the bush behind it was completely green. So I positioned myself exactly to put the green bush behind it to give that diffused background. And I think I got to take only about 4 shots before the bird flew. I tried to get as close as possible. This is a very, very small bird. You can't expect to fill the frame with this, but I did the best I could. And this particular pose where he's looking into the distance and at me at the same time, this is the one I chose to use. I've been asked whether this is staged, but this is not.
This is, I mean, so far, whatever images you have showed, I love this one. I mean, it's a beautiful image.
Creeper going all the way up.
Yeah, that added a lot of value to it.
Yeah, almost like an aesthetic pointing it towards a particular direction.
Yeah, everything, the bird's direction, the way the creeper is going, everything together, it's kind of giving a proper balance in the picture.
Everything is in sync.
Yes. Lovely.
So again, one of my pictures from Al Qudra. This one, I would say, this is something that I had in mind and still have in mind. I would say, what I have in mind, this comes close to it almost 90%, because this is a particular behavior that you see from black swans. They dabble on the water, they feed on the surface of the water, and they feed on the algae underwater as well. And they do, you get to see this behavior like 10 times in a minute. They constantly, this is how they feed. However, it's very rare that they are perfectly aligned to you and looking at you. And I wanted to get this shot perfectly aligned with the rising sun as well. However, this one was, you could say, if the sun was rising to my right, this was right in front of me at 12 o'clock. So not 100% what I wanted, but close. Something that I want to perfect in the future as well.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And the settings on this, 500 mm f5.6, 1/500th of a second, and the ISO I had to bump it up because it was quite dark. It was sunrise, and he was away from the light of the rising sun. I had to bump the ISO up to 2800 in this case.
The water boat, the plus point is you really have an opportunity to get the reflection whenever you see it. Yeah. And getting the water still with the proper reflection is always a challenge.
Yes, very much.
Especially when you have lakes inside in the middle of the desert, there is always like wind coming.
Yes,
so water
absolutely.
being still is a challenge for everyone.
Yeah,
exactly. And it is a pro and a con in a way. Like you don't get all the birds near the water, but the birds that you get near the water are very interesting and special.
Yes.
And especially this guy, the black swans, they also come with their pros and cons. They are very interesting. They do a lot of interesting actions, but they're also very aggressive. So I've actually been bitten by one of these.
What?
And I was concentrating on my right for most of the time, and there were a few on my left who didn't like me being there. I was on the ground, and he took a little bite on my neck.
Oh my God. So last week, if Herme, you got a bulbul bite, then he got a.
Yeah, the bulbul last week. I think
That
it's
was hilarious.
I don't know what it had in mind exactly, but looks like a juvenile that's been fed by humans. And she went to each and every person in the workshop and tried to
Be with them.
ask, demand for food.
Yeah.
And everyone got a very good photo op with her.
Mm. Yeah, I saw Hermes, and it looks so beautiful. I was waiting for it to kind of give him a hit on his ears. He didn't do that. Instead of that, he pooped on his shoulders.
Yeah,
He will think all of these things.
we all got pooped on.
Oh,
Everyone.
really? Interesting. So he know where to poop at least. Cool. Okay.
Okay, next.
Okay. Poo-poo.
Poopo. So one of my early captures, I think this is from 2018, and this was captured almost, I think, at sunset or after sunset in one of the public parks here in Dubai. So as hoopos, they forage on the ground. As you can see, its long bill. It uses the bill to penetrate the ground and look for worms in the ground. So that's exactly what it was doing. And it did find a worm a bit later, but with low light, I couldn't nail the focus properly. And this is just one of the images where he's going about his business, his usual way of foraging. And the settings on this, I think, again, 500 mm, f5.6, 1250th of a second. And the ISO, I had to bump it up to 1250 as well.
Yeah. Since you bumped the ISO, that
is
noise
visible.
Yeah, you can see the noise.
Yeah.
Yes.
This was during my earlier days. I think I had been shooting only for less than 6 months, I think, in 2018.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was shooting whatever I could find around. But that doesn't take away from the beauty and the
Definitely.
you could say the intrigue in the species that we should have. It is a
Yeah.
beautiful species. There's tons of interesting behavior that you can observe, even with the bulbuls and the silverbills that are outside your window. And this one in particular is a very interesting bird. He got a nice big fat worm after a few minutes of searching, but unfortunately we can't nail all the shots that we have in front of us.
That's true.
Yeah, and if you spend some time with this common hoopoe or Eurasian hoopoe, you get a lot of pictures of them because they'll be around for the same place. A lot of, like, from morning till evening, you can find them in one place.
Anyone
and
who wants
crest,
Yes.
crest in
Yeah.
backlight, opening of the wings, when they toast the food. So there are
Yes.
interesting behavior you can get.
If you lie down in a place, you can click like good pictures of them just taking off from the ground, and then they'll land somewhere very close. So you'll get the option of taking the flight shots,
Exactly.
landing shots,
crest being opening up. When they're angry, they open their crest.
When they're
Exactly.
angry, when they're excited, you can see them opening the crest. And sometimes you may get, if there are more than one hoopus, there is a good possibility to get some interaction between them.
And even though there are a bit of noise in the image, it gives an artistic feel for the image.
Yes.
All of the time you can't complain it as a default.
There are people who use noise as an art form itself. I mean, the way they present it.
Yeah.
So it's completely the approach. What do you want?
Of course, it sets a certain kind of a mood in the image.
Yes.
Also, like this particular species, if anyone's starting out in photography, I would say this is the best species to photograph. Easy to find. Just find any grassland, any piece of land with grass, and they will be going on constantly and consistently every day from 4 to say 6 in the evening. So this is Yeah, in the mornings too. This
Yes.
is a very good bird to like practice your autofocus skills and even your composition and everything.
Very true. Very true.
And how fast you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it usually pick the prey and toss it.
Yeah. That's in between shot. You hear me? You remember how much
Yes.
we used to focus on the in between shots. Yeah.
I think all of us have spent a good amount of time with these
That
guys,
we
standing
Yeah.
out.
when we started, our main focus was hoopoe, Indian roller, common sparrow, silver bills, mina. I mean sterling,
Mm.
and then there were
Common.
common mina. Then there were a bunch of very common species which you
Mhm.
can spot around, and 1.5 years time we spend only with them every day, every morning. Weekend is like morning and evening, so that's how we got a grip. If we got, whatever we learned, the basic is from them again with manual focus.
You
Yeah.
go out every day, take your equipment, sit with them, whatever settings, you will understand like what fault you made in your settings, and then you try to correct it next time you go. So that's how you learn, and
Yeah,
you better your skill in
Of
photography.
course.
that's true.
I can
Yes.
relate a lot to what you just said. When I started out, I started with the 3100 crop sensor and a 7300 manual focus lens. And back then, honestly speaking, I didn't know much about birds. And I saw this large blue bird diving in the desert. And my
Mhm.
first thought was, what is a kingfisher doing in the middle of the desert? So it turns out that was the Indian roller, the very colorful blue bird
Yeah, the blue
that you
bird.
see in the desert. So that is the bird I would say that got me started. And
Yeah.
I started with that basic level equipment right there.
That, I mean, Indian roller, and we have a very strong connection starting in 2009 2010 days. That's one bird which really took a lot of our time, attention, devotion. I mean, or whatever words I can use in this particular case, it's going to be, I don't think it's going to do
Yeah,
justice.
If you are in Dubai, the best place to look for it is nowadays in parks,
yeah. I saw
especially
one
Creek
2 days
Park.
ago in Creek Park.
Yeah, Dubai Creek Park is the best place. Uh, Safa Park was also there. Now, like most of the places are not in a good condition to photograph. So Dubai Creek Park is a good option.
Mhm.
Great.
Yeah. So that's all from your collection, Anurag.
Right.
Beautiful
It's a
Thank
lovely
images.
you.
pleasure
Anurag.
again.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's our pleasure. Thank you. And we are definitely looking forward to learn more from your side on your from your technical knowledge, and you definitely understand the behavior side of the birds quite well, which definitely is a plus point when you get more involved in photography.
Thank you so much. Obviously, I started. You guys were a huge helping hand in when I got
Always.
started in photography. So I always get to learn a lot from you guys, especially Hermes, since I spend more time with him.
Yeah.
So always a pleasure.
We are very
Now
happy to have you
for
in
the
the family.
for the people in Dubai,
Likewise.
we have started the weekend workshops, and Anurag is coming with us most of the time. So anybody who wish to join, we'll be in Al Qudra every Friday mornings. You
And on
can,
some weekdays as well.
yeah.
And again, so you are getting an opportunity to learn photography, and Anurag from Hermi, and Anurag can help you with birds behavior as well as a lot of science behind it too. So he is more of an amazing photographer, and uh, a great, the person who can give you some scientific knowledge when it comes to birding.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
On that,
Anurag.
thank you,
Thank you
Anurag.
so much.
So that was our 3 guests and some great collection of images. So if any of you like to be a part of this live image review, please send your images to
pawstrails.review@gmail.com.
Yeah, send us 10 images from nature collection so we can get back to you. One of us will get back to you, and we are planning to do this once a month, so once or twice a month. It depends on how frequently we get a slot to do this. So let's do this together. And next week, what is going to be? That's the astro.
Yeah, we have an exhibition coming up on Saturday, astro photography exhibition. It has 20 images that is captured from various wadis and deserts of Egypt. And the photographer's name is Sami Al-Olabi, a great astrophotographer. He's I think he's a Nikon speaker as well.
So that's great. I mean,
yes.
And he's going to give a class too, right?
He is going to give a master class on the same day, Saturday, 7 p.m. Dubai time. Same time, like when we do this session.
Okay.
So everyone gets an opportunity to learn from him on astrophotography, how to click good pictures of the starry sky in the night.
That's great.
We all are waiting for that session now.
That's true. I mean, I've been thinking about, doing some night photography, specifically focusing on astro.
Yeah.
So and especially from an expert like him will be an awesome opportunity.
Very helpful. So that's all for today. We will meet on Saturday then. Same
time. Yeah. Till then, please do. Can I have the email address to send the images for the magazine? For the images for the magazine, please. There are 2 ways you can do this. One, you can register in pawstrails.com. Then you first register, then click on login, and then click on contribute. And there you will get a form. You can upload the images. The second way, in case if you're finding any difficulty in this, please send the images to paws images at gmail.com. pawsimages@gmail.com.
Yeah, mobile photography is completely acceptable. Please do send your photos to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's about whether it is review or if it is about magazine. Please give a title, which section you are looking for, so that we can add it. Hi, Dr. Muhammad.
Hello, doctor.
How are you?
Hope all is well. I haven't seen him after the COVID days.
Okay.
Because I think traveling from Abu Dhabi to Dubai is very tough these days.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough and it's risky when, people... I think only Abdullah is coming at least once in a while to this place. Yes. I'm fine. That's good, doctor. And we are hoping to see you sometime for the review.
Please send us your images.
Yes.
Okay, then let's wind up for the day.
All right.
Okay, take care, everybody. See you on Saturday.